Joining me now is Quang Bang Lee, who picked up a huge round two RNC victory over Gaston Bolaños this past weekend at UFC Des Moines. First off, Quang, congrats on the win. I know this has been something that you've been really excited for. The last couple fights were a couple of tough ones. So just getting this first UFC win under your belt, behind your back, how are you feeling now?
I feel great. Yeah, it's amazing to get the first win in the UFC. Yeah, it's been a dream come true for me. So yeah, I'm very happy.
It's been a few days since the fight, so just tell me, like, what has life been since the big win? What have you been up to? Has it fully sunk in yet?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, it's better now. But yeah, the last couple of days was like still can't believe it. Like it's amazing to get the first win and the finish and the bonus is like, yeah, like that's more than I can imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats on the bonus too. Are you going to invest that money? Do you have anything planned for that extra coin you got in your pocket now?
Yeah, so I was always my goal is trying to saving some money to get a house that that close by the gym that I train right now, and then move my family up from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, which is like an hour and a half away from the
Okay.
gym.
Well, hopefully that is right around the corner for you, my man. You
Yeah.
did talk a little bit after the fight about, kind of that pressure that you felt going in, right? Obviously losing the first two fights of your UFC career. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit and just talk about how that fueled you inside of the cage and maybe how it helped you like with your game plan too to really make sure you fought a smart fight?
Yeah, I've it's a lot of pressure because I lost two fights. It may be the last fight in the UFC, and I have to win. It's like uh, the pressure is right after the last loss. So after the last loss, I was like, all right, I gotta find a way to win my next one. So I started training right away after the second loss, and then trying to figure out what I did wrong and my mistake and what I need to do for the next one. Trying to mix it up and yeah, and then when I know my opponent, it's just like, yeah, I study him. Like I trying to do any possible way to get the victory. So that pressure is actually good for me. It's scary, but it's good.
You looked as good as I've probably ever seen you. I mean, the performance was a 10 out of 10. Would you agree? Like, how would you rate your overall performance?
Um, yeah, I would say it's just like the plan. Uh, but I feel like my takedown kind of could have been a little better. He and my control too on the first round. He got up a couple times, so it's like, yeah. Uh, I thought if I take him down, he's not gonna get up. But he used the fans, the cage pretty well to get up, and but yeah, I got him back down. But
Do you feel like maybe you were even more prepared for this fight going into this third fight in your UFC tenure here? Like, did you feel like you did everything you possibly could have to be even better versus maybe like your first two fights? Like this time you took it even more seriously?
yes, I would say like just like I said, the pressure, the stress every day. Like trying to think, all right, how do I get the win? How do I get better? How to prepare the best I can because you know, I need to win. I can't get cut. Like I I get I do so much to get here. So it's like terrifying to think about if I lose and I got cut. I just like, yeah, that drives me so much.
Gaston's known as a striker. Did you feel like if this fight did play out on the feet that you still liked your chances in that aspect of MMA, or did you feel like, okay, I got to get this fight to the ground and really utilize my grappling and my submission game?
Yes, of course. That's what I think. My best chance to win is to get him to the ground, and that's why I train a lot on the grappling wrestling for this fight, and yeah, and also like striking too, the pressure and not just the grappling, but I train everything. Um, yeah, I also the case is like if I can't take him down, I'm gonna stand and strike. So I train that too, check the kicks and have people just look like him, like sparring and trying to look like him and leg kick, body kick, right hands. So yeah, I prepare everything.
He looked, I would say, fairly dejected going back to his corner after the first round. You dominated the first round there. What did you get for advice from your cornerman when you went and sat down after the first round?
Man, I don't remember. After the first round, I was thinking like, damn, he defended really well because I remember one time I dropped his one arm and he still got out of it. Like if I drop one arm in the gym, I'm gonna choke you out. Like, and he survived. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, if I have to just control him, then I control him. Take him down, trying to win the fight. You know, so. I don't remember. I don't remember what they tell me for sure.
Okay, fair enough. A lot going on, obviously, when you're in the mix there,
The
everyone
crowd,
watching. Yeah, all
yeah,
the
the
crowd
crowd was
screaming.
crazy too. So
When you synced in the RNC, did you know it was a wrap?
yes. So when I got my left hand in, I know it's gonna be a very high chance it's gonna be over because I already choke him with one arm, and this arm is just like cover up so he cannot peel my arm under his chin, and then I trying to choke him out, and then I feel like I don't know. I feel like I could get it with one arm, but he survived it, and then when I get it locked in on the second hands, he went out pretty fast, like 3 seconds after that. So I feel like one arm he's already like feeling it.
Mhm. Yeah, man, what a huge win. So impressive. How did you celebrate it? What did you do afterwards as far as food? I'm sure with the weight cut and everything, you were excited to kind of let loose a little bit and fuel yourself with maybe something that you don't normally eat or drink during fight camp.
Yeah, like just a lot of good food, like burger and chicken fingers and pizza and everything. But yeah, it's just like uh big relief from the pressure. That's all I want. The pressure is just like got me crazy the whole camp.
You mentioned the crowd and how loud it was. What kind of feedback, what kind of love did you get after the win walking back stage? Did any of the fans say anything to you? Can you remember any of that?
Yes, that was crazy when I walk back and then I see the crowd and I'm like just cheering, like just do that motion, and then the whole crowd stand up and yelling is, yeah, it was so cool. Yeah, I love the crowd. The support, the energy is unbelievable.
How would that moment compare to the best moments of your life? Is it right up there at the top?
Pretty much right up there at the top for sure. Second one probably when I got a call from the UFC. Yeah, but that one probably best one for sure.
Good for you, man. Well, one down, a lot more to go. Did you get a chance to watch any of the fights afterwards? Did you? Obviously, there was a great main card, a lot of things that happened. I'm sure you were curious to tune in and watch if you got the chance.
Yeah, I did watch Coleman and the main event. Um, when I got back to the hotel, watch it on live on TV, and yeah, it was crazy too for Bo Nickal to lose that fight too. That's pretty good. And Sandhagen, you know, what a performance.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people, including himself, says he should be in line for a title shot next. Do you think that is accurate? Has he done enough to get the winner of a fight right around the corner, Marab and Sugar?
Yes, I think so because they haven't fought neither of them. So and the O'Malley and Peter Yan should be up there too, but they already fought them. So I think Corey is more likely the fan more likely want to see.
Okay. Uh, Speaking of the Marab and O'Malley fight, what's your prediction for that? Who do you think wins that one?
And Marab is a machine. It's hard. Uh, O'Malley has to be really good timing to get him out. You know, if he can knock him out or good body shots like when he did to Elcho, like knock him out cold, he would win. But if they go to distance, I mean, Marab gonna win again. I think.
Okay. That's a safe bet. That's kind of what I'm thinking as well. And do you have a pick for the title fight this coming weekend? The 170 title is on the line. Bilal Muhammad, Jack Della Maddalena. What do you see in that one?
I think Bella gonna win again. Yeah, his pressure, his condition, his grappling, and everything is on point. You know,
Yeah. Probably a decision.
hopefully not.
See some
But yeah,
excitement.
excitement, probably excitement.
To get back to you, Quang, when you look at those first two fights you had, obviously Chris Gutierrez and Long Chow, what are the takeaways? How do you feel like what did you learn and how did you get better from those two performances?
For mixing it up. So I didn't mix it up at all. Like just trying to stand and strike pretty much. Focus on trying to knock people out. And at this level, it's not easy. Like you gotta mix thing up. Striking and grappling and attack their weakness. Instead of just trying to stand and make a excitement fight. I mean, like exciting fight is good, but to the point that you need to win to stay in the UFC. So mixing it up is what I've been working on a lot.
And the last time that we did speak, it was before you made your UFC debut, right? So, is there such a thing as octagon jitters? Did you feel them? I hear some fighters say no, it's no different. Other fighters say yes, it is. Like, did you feel a difference when you made your UFC debut versus fighting on the regional scene?
So the first fight in the UFC is at the Apex, and there was no crowd, not a lot of crowd. So it's not that uh I don't feel a lot of big pressure like different, instead of fighting a really good guy on short notice too. I mean, like I feel like less pressure like coming into that fight. I feel like because like nothing to lose. But the last fight was like a lot of crowd, so I feel the energy is more, oh, more for the last fight for sure.
So it's more about a crowd being around you than anything else.
Yeah, the crowd, that the lights, you know, it's just
Mm.
the looks. But I feel like not too crazy, a little bit, but not crazy, different.
Okay. Yeah, because you hear some guys say even when you are fighting at the apex, you still know that the cameras are on. There's millions of people watching you at home, so they still
Mhm.
feel it, right? They still feel the eyes of the combat sports world on them. Did
Mhm.
you feel that when you fought at the
Yes,
apex?
yes, I do. I do feel that. But when I fought in LFA, it's also live on Fight Fight Pass, and and I know also that people in my country watching too. So it's pretty much the same, but the difference is just the crowd, you know.
Mm. Okay, understood. Tell me a little bit about, the guys that you have around you now. Like, has camp changed at all since we last spoke? Like, who are some of the main partners that you're sharpening your skill set with?
Uh, Pretty much the same. John Casteneda, always my main training partner since day one, and I we have some upcoming pro like Noah Gasso. He's on my fight week also. That guy is really good. He just pick up a KO by knee pro debut. He give me a good look of my opponent. You know, trying to be like my opponent Gaston. And Nate Richardson. I don't know if you know him.
Mhm.
He fought Diego Lopez before at Fury. Also spar him. He's really good kickboxing guy. And Kenan, uh, Kenan also a really good grappler wrestler for this
Okay.
camp.
So you got a bunch of killers around you. I got to ask you
Oh,
about
yeah.
John Castaneda. I always love chatting with him. I've had the privilege of talking with him a couple of times in the past. Obviously, he had a tough fight his last time out.
Mhm.
What's his mindset? How does he feel afterwards? I'm sure he's going to get right back after it and get another win sometime real soon.
Yeah, he fell short. He said he should he could have done more. You know, um, yeah, it's just like very close fight, and when you feel like you're not doing everything, it's just like it hurts. But we trained really hard for that fight and my fight. You know, we 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 d- we did some strength conditioning, like really hard strength conditioning that we haven't done that before camp. I think this is the first camp that we done that. And yeah, we trying to put in anything that we can to get the victory. You know, we work so hard. So I think that loss is just like is broke him a little bit, you know, his feeling.
Well, he'll be back. There's no doubt about that. Wouldn't it be the perfect scenario for when you fight next to be on the same fight card as John? If the UFC can make that happen, how cool would that be?
Honestly, I want him to be in my corner. You
Yeah?
know, so if we fight on the same card and he can't be on my corner, you know, he always on my corner. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, if we fight on the same card, that would be nice too.
Or even
Really
if they
cool.
like stagger it, right? Where you guys fight like back to back weeks so you can both be in one another's corner, but you're in camp the same time together, right? Preparing for a fight around the same time. That would just probably be ideal, I would imagine.
Yes, just like the
Yeah.
last one. So I fight a week after his fight. I can't be on his corner because it's like in my camp 1 week away. But yeah, it was really we pushed each other pretty hard.
When would you like to fight next, Quang? Do you have like a time frame of that would be perfect for you?
Um, end of August or September would be the best, but it's up to the UFC, you know. If they want me early, I can do early too, you know.
So do you have one more fight on your UFC contract? Is that the last fight that you have?
Yes, but hopefully they can sign me before my next one.
That would be the perfect scenario. Who is your management team now?
With Tough Media. I don't know if you know.
Okay, I haven't heard of them. Tough
Um,
Media.
Tough Media. I don't know if you know Derek, uh, Derek, the Brazilian translator.
Okay, I know who he is. I've never met him or anything, but okay. So
Yeah.
you're with those guys now. I'm sure that's probably a top priority for them to renegotiate and get you a new contract.
Yes, so I was always with them since the beginning, you know. So I left them once and come with Iridium and then one fight. And then I was back to them because I'm like, I don't know. Because I left them because I didn't know that some people like, hey, you can get to the contender right now and stuff. But then I couldn't. So I'm like, I gotta go back to them. You know, they helped me since the beginning, since amateur fights. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta go back.
Understood. Oh, it's familiar. That goes a long way. And how old are you now, Quang?
I'm 33.
33. So you're coming into your prime years right now as far as fighting goes. Do you see yourself like or just tell me like where do you see yourself 2, 3 years from now? Like what's the ideal time frame for you to, I guess, climb up the ranks and what do you envision for yourself moving forward?
Yes. So uh that's what I want. I want to fight, stay active, fight a lot because I don't have a lot of time. So I want to fight every like four fights a year. You know, like if I fight in August, it's gonna be four fights the the year a year because my first fight in the UFC was on August last year. So yeah, I just want to fight, stay active, and fight, and hopefully get up to the ranking, you know, like get up to the top because that's my goal. That's everybody goal, you know, fight with the best, get to the top.
Well, I'm wishing you the best, my man. Great talking to you again. Again, congrats on the huge win. We're all looking forward to seeing you back in the UFC octagon, hopefully sooner rather than later. Before we do officially sign off, though, I want to give you the floor. If you have anyone you want to thank or just anything you want to plug, the floor is yours, my man.
Yeah, I want to thank to my coaches uh for this fight, you know, all the coaches at the academy and my boxing coach, the Lico James, um my head coach Greg Nelson, Nat, McIntyre, Coach Andy, my strength conditioning coach, Coach Mo, and my training partners, my main training partners, John Casteneda, and all of my training partner at the academy for helping me, uh, pushing me every day to get better, to get a victory. Thank you so much.